Husband doesn't touch me on our wedding night. He claims he's too tired and asks me to wait. Then, he sneaks into the basement in the wee hours of each night. Whenever he returns, he needs to shower to wash away an indescribable smell. I ask him what he does down there, and he tells me he works out. Why would anyone work out in the middle of the night? I can't take it anymore. One night, I decide to sneak into the basement to see what's going on down there. He chases after me and grabs my pajamas, roaring, "Come back up here. I'll divorce you if you step foot down there." Clutching the railing, I began to tremble with anger. My parents had spent a huge chunk of their life savings to purchase this small villa for me as my marital home. This was my home, so why wasn't I allowed to enter the basement? Zane walked to the bottom of the stairs, standing in my way. Why not? Because it's not the right time yet. When the time is right, I'll definitely show you. My stomach sank. I took another deep breath, trying to calm my emotions. If that was the case, why did you have to say those harsh things when you came running after me just now? I just got a little worked up. Besides, you know what kind of person I am. I have a sharp tongue, but I'm a softie inside. Chuckling coldly, I turned to walk upstairs, as if a man was capable of having a sharp tongue and a soft heart. Fine. I'd wait until he went to work tomorrow to go downstairs and find out what was going on. After returning to bed, I tossed and turned, unable to fall asleep. Something fishy was going on in the basement, and it must be something big. Could Zane be hiding a shameful secret? I turned to look at him. It seemed like he wasn't able to fall asleep either. He stared at the ceiling with his eyes wide open, looking like there was something on his mind. The sun was up. As usual, I made Zane's favorite breakfast, yet he still remained indifferent, quietly without saying a word to me. It felt like I wasn't his wife, but his maid. After breakfast, I drove him to work. We both worked in sales at the same perfume company. After parking the car, I strode into the office. Once he was gone, I left a colleague with some instructions before quickly leaving the office. I didn't take the car, but instead called a cab to drive me home. Flinging open the main door, I crossed the living room as quickly as I could, and rushed toward the basement. However, when I arrived, I was dumbstruck. The door to the basement had been changed. Without my knowing, it had been changed to a door with a password lock, and without the password, it was impossible to enter. I took out my phone and took a photo of the door. I wanted to find out if there was a universal key for this type of door. "What are you doing?" Zane exclaimed, suddenly appearing at the stairway. It turned out that he had felt uneasy, so he'd followed me. He stalked up to me and slapped me across the face. "What did I tell you? Did you just hit me?" I put my phone away. "What did I tell you?" He roared again. "This is my house. Do I not have the right to enter? Besides, shouldn't you have let me know that you were going to change the door?" I screamed back. "You were supposed to wait until I had free to tell you." He raised his arm to hit me again. I leaned back, dodging his strike. "I'm calling the police," I said, taking out my phone. My face was stinging from the pain, and I was so furious that I felt like I was about to combust. We hadn't even been married that long, and he was already abusing me. Things would only go downhill from here. Panicking, Zane grabbed my hand. "Why are you calling the police? This is my house, so why won't you allow me to go downstairs? And why did you hit me? Can't I call the police over this?" I insisted on calling the cops. "Honey, calm down," he said, lowering his voice. I had acted impulsively. "Is impulsiveness a reason to hit your wife?" I shook his hand off. "Let go, I have to call the police." He grabbed my hand once again. "Honey, is this so big of a deal that you have to call the police? If you feel like things won't work out between us, you can file for divorce." Divorce? When I heard that word, I took a step back, falling silent. Even though we weren't getting along as husband and wife, we weren't at the point where we should